Namo Buddhaya. Meritorious children, in the last week program, we learned the Chula Kamma Vibhanga Sutta, and we have been learning about kamma from the Chula Kamma Vibhanga Sutta. Why some people live long, why some people are short lived, why some with many disorders, and some with minor disorders. Some are ugly, deformed, some are beautiful. Then some people are very powerful, some people are less powerful. Then some people are rich, some people are poor. So there's a variation. Some are wise, some are unwise. So Buddha explains the reason for this. And also Buddha explains uh, the bad karma, the actions that could lead to happiness and sadness both. So, so far we have been learning Chula Kama Vibhanga Sutta for 2 weeks, and today we are hoping to continue the sermon. So, first of all, let's go for refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha and observe 5 precepts, and then we'll chant a nice Parita chanting, and then we'll go to the sermon. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now to observe the 5 precepts. The 5 precepts that helps us to eradicate fear and hatred. When you abstain from killing living beings, you will be able to eradicate the fear that you will experience by or for killing living beings. You will eradicate the hatred that could arise for killing living beings. And also the fear and hatred that could arise by stealing things. That fear will be abandoned when you abstain from stealing. Then the fear that could arise by engaging in sexual misconduct, that fear also will be abandoned by abstaining from engaging in sexual misconduct. And also, if any fear that could arise by telling lies. Now, after you tell a lie, when you get to know that others have got to know you, and when others suspect you, fear arises in your mind. Doesn't it happen? It happens. Then once others get to know that you have told a lie, you have said a lie, then in their lives, in their mind, hatred will arise. Then they will get angry at you, they will scold you, they will criticize you. Then you will also get angry. And then to overcome those wrong deeds and to overcome the misdeeds that you have done, to cover those bad things, you will tell more lies. It's like a person takes money for interest, and when he is unable to pay back the capital amount and the interest, what happens? The interest will get accumulated. So don't let the interest to get accumulated. Don't let your bad karma to get accumulated day by day by telling lies again and again. And also we should abstain from taking alcohol and drugs. So right now you might be small children, but then if you see an adult taking alcohol and drugs, remember he also had a young age. He passed his prime age. He was a teenager. He has been a teenager. He has been a newborn baby. But then after they became adults, they forgot good values. Why? Not associating Kalyana Mitas. So let us observe and protect the five precepts today by knowing these amazing benefits. So, five rivers of merit will start flowing to you when you observe and protect the five precepts. Together with the refuge, going for refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha, you will have three rivers of merit flowing to your life. With the five precepts, five rivers of merit will flow to your life. Altogether, eight rivers of merit will always flow to your life when you protect the precepts with the refuge of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. Imagine how fortunate we are. Even we are standing, walking, seated, or lying down, eight rivers of merit will flow to our life. Imagine how fortunate we are because of a Supreme Buddha. We got this opportunity to gain merit, effortless merit. You need to have some effort to protect the precepts, but then in terms of like doing something physically, like it's not like giving a dhan or anything, protecting precepts. It's not like carrying heavy things. It's like protecting precepts is not like just standing under the bright sun. So it's something that can be done while walking, standing, and sitting, and also while you're lying down. So let's observe those five precepts. Say after me wholeheartedly and observe and protect the five precepts genuinely and become a genuine Buddhist disciple. Now say after me like good children. I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. I follow these precepts for happiness in this life, for rebirth in heaven, and to realize the Four Noble Truths. In this Gautama Buddha's dispensation, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now, let's do a Paritha chanting, and then after that, we'll listen to a Dhamma Sermon. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear children, so let's chant Atavisa Paritha, protective chant of 28 Buddhas. So say together with me. We are going to chant in English. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Tanhankarada Buddha, the great hero, Medankarada Buddha, of great honor, Saranankarada Buddha, compassionate towards all beings, Deepankarada Buddha, with radiant light, Kondanyada Buddha, the people's Lord, Mangalada Buddha, supreme among men, Sumanada Buddha, the wise one with a calm mind, Revatada Buddha, one who amplifies joy, Sobitada Buddha, full of virtues, Anomadasida Buddha, chief of humans, Padumada Buddha, lighting the whole world, Narada the Buddha, the incomparable teacher, Padumuttarada Buddha, the unequaled, Sumedhada Buddha, the greatest person, Sujatada Buddha, chief of all the world, Piyadasida Buddha, the Lord of humans, Attadasida Buddha, full of compassion, Dhammadasida Buddha, who dispelled darkness, Siddhartha the Buddha, matchless in the world, Tissa the Buddha, restrained and the giver of the best, Pussa the Buddha, enlightened and the giver of the best, Vipassida Buddha, unrivaled, Sikhi the Buddha, the teacher protecting the welfare of beings, Vesabuddha Buddha, the giver of happiness, Kakusanda the Buddha, caravan guide, Konagamana the Buddha, won the battle, Kassapa the Buddha, of perfect radiance, Gautama the Buddha, the Sakyans' glory, through their truth and virtue, and the power of their patience and loving kindness, may your life be protected. May you enjoy good health and happiness. May all calamities be avoided. May any illness be destroyed. May there be no dangers for you. May you live long. May all good fortune come your way. May all the deities protect you. By all the power of the Buddha, may you always enjoy well-being. May all good fortune come your way. May all the deities protect you by all the power of the Dhamma. May you always enjoy well-being. May all good fortune come your way. May all the deities protect you by all the power of the Sangha. May you always enjoy well-being. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So today we started the program by blessing ourselves and by blessing everyone. So now, after this, let's go for a Dhamma Sermon. Namo Buddhaya. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. And may my homage be to our teacher, most venerable Avasarai Kirivatguda Jnanananda Mahathera, that is our Pingvat Lokuswamin Vahansa. Meritorious children, until a Buddha was appeared in this world, until a Buddha taught this Dhamma, no one knew and no one was aware about kamma very well. No one was aware about kamma properly. Some people were able to see like 3 or 4 lives, 3 or 4 past lives. After meditating, there were some religious teachers, some meditators, even during the Supreme Buddha's time and even before the Supreme Buddha appeared in this world. After meditating, they were able to see 3 or 4 past lives. In their past lives, some people they saw they have done good deeds. Maybe like they can see 4 lives back. Then they have seen that they have done good deeds. But in this life, after 4 lives, and in this life, in the last life, on the life they are meditating, they could be a person who is ugly, who was really poor and deformed. So what he sees is only 4 lives. He has done good deeds before 4 lives. But then in this life, he is not that much fulfilled with material things and other happiness that he could experience in life. So such a person who sees only 4 lives, without knowing that he sees only 4 lives, he would think that, oh, even if we do good deeds, there is no point of doing good deeds. There are no good results. Then they will not understand about karma very well. There were some people, they were able to see past lives, a very limited amount of past lives. So they might see some bad deeds. They would see some bad deeds that they have done in the past recent lives. But then in the last life, they could live happily with a lot of uh, gains and happiness. Then even they might think that even if we do bad things, there is no harm in that. Why? Yet we are living happily. So now, who knows? Because this journey of samsara Only until a Buddha preaches that people realize that we have been coming in the endless journey of sansara, that is being born and dead. Sansara means we are being born and dead. And Buddha preaches it's you can't define a beginning for this journey of sansara. So imagine the nature of our sansara. So maybe if some person sees only 4 lives, maybe in the previous life he would have done something good or bad. So he doesn't see that. So without seeing a clear past, a person might come to a conclusion, to a wrong conclusion with a wrong understanding. But Buddha's realization is unlimited. It's not a limited realization. Buddha saw the whole world. Buddha realized the true nature of our lives. One day, the Blessed One said that to the monks, "Dear bhikkhus, my realization is like this forest that I'm living right now. But what I have taught you is some leaves that you see, the leaves on my palm." So, what Buddha taught us is the things that are really essential. But from the world, we learn the things that are essential and unessential as well. So, in this Chula Kamma Vibhanga Sutta, Buddha clearly explains about kamma. So, when you learn the true nature of kamma, you can abandon the bad deeds and you can develop good deeds, and you will understand the value of developing good deeds. Then you'll be grateful to the people who have helped you and not get jealous and not kill living beings, give life to others, then not hurt others, and then not to get angry, then not to become arrogant, then you won't get jealous, then you'll not become greedy. So, and then you'll not become proud, and you will listen to wise people. So all these good qualities will be developed in your life if you really follow and practice this sutta. So you can make a small timetable and write down all these good qualities and practice these good qualities from Monday to Sunday. Divide these good qualities and then practice it throughout the week. Write down these qualities. You can learn this sutta, this Chula Kamma Vibhanga Sutta. You can read the sutta as well if you go to Sutta Friends. If you go to Sutta Friends website, you will have the chance to read this sutta, Chula Kamma Vibhanga Sutta, and practice those qualities. Then eventually you will be following and practicing the Buddha's wonderful instructions. So far we have covered we have covered 6 topics in this sutta. This Brahmin, this young boy Subha went to the Blessed One and asked why some people are short-lived, why some people are long-lived, why some are with many disorders, why some people are with minor disorders, and why some people are ugly, why some people are beautiful. So those questions in the last 2 programs we have covered. And now in this program, we are going to cover the other topics: why some beings are why some beings are very powerful, why some people are less powerful, and why some people are rich, why some people are poor, and also why some people are born in low class families and why some people are born in high class families, and why some beings are wise and why some people are unwise. Now, isn't it useful for us? Isn't this sutta useful for us? Do you like to become unwise? Do you like to become poor? Do you like to be born in a low class family? No, we don't. If we do not like to suffer, then we should learn the Buddha's teachings. No other refuge. Because money can't give you long life. Wealth, properties, they can't, possessions, beauty can't give you long life. Gold, jewelries, they can't give you long life. They can't make you powerful. The kamma can make you powerful. Imagine a person steals to become rich. But then after some time, what happens? He will get caught to the police. But then if a person is wise, and courageous, and then if a person is very meritorious, he will earn money in a good way, and also he will protect his wealth very well because he is wise. He will know how he should spend and on what he should spend and how to earn money as well. So actually, why some people are less powerful and some people are much powerful? There's a reason for it. Buddha explains that in this sutta, in this wonderful sutta, it says, who has a mind filled with jealousy? See the problem? Who has a mind filled with jealousy? He becomes jealousy and angry when others gain benefit. Honor, respect, reverence, homage, veneration and offerings. What happens when others get veneration, offerings? What happens? He can't bear it. If another child in your classroom get higher marks, and if he is performing very well in his studies and sports and every other way, if someone else is beautiful, and if they're coming in a luxurious vehicle, then you might feel jealous. But then what can we do? What do we get by getting jealous? By feeling jealous of others? Nothing. We will get angry. Now, if you are not treated very well, if you are not powerful, if others are getting more than you should understand the reason why other people are getting more than me. That's because other people have gained merit. So, if I'm not getting like other people, that means I have not accumulated enough merit to have more happiness. Then, without being jealous of others, we should do wholesome deeds. So, once we start doing wholesome deeds, those wholesome deeds will give results in this life, in next life, and until we attain Nibbana. So, if you are unhappy with the things that you have, what should you do? You should gain merit and do wholesome deeds. Then eventually that karma will give results in this life, in next life, and until you attain Nibbana. See the assurance. This money is only for this life. Sometimes not even for this life. So, why money is sometimes not even only for this life? Sometimes the money can be stolen by others. You might die early. But the merit, even if you die early, still the merit will be there again to give results in next life. Now there were people, there were monks in the past, they were born among devas 7 times. There were monks who lived in the past, they were born among devas in the past lives, devas human world to divine world, human world, divine world. Or else continuously in human world and then in the last life attain Nibbana. So those are the results of doing good deeds. So we, without doing good deeds, we feel jealous of others. We get angry later. Then what happens? We'll become less powerful. But then if you can start doing wholesome deeds and not feel jealous of others, and if you can be happy when others get a lot of gains and benefits, what happens? You will become very influential. Plus, you will also gain good merit. And you will encourage others to do good deeds. That's because you are not jealous of others. You will help others to develop in life, and you will also develop in life, and other people will love you. Other people will protect you when you are going through bad times. See how Buddha's teachings are valuable and how Buddha's teachings have been helpful for us. So then why some beings are poor? Why greedy? Greediness is a barrier for us to become rich. If you are not greedy, you will offer food, clothing, shelter, vehicles, flowers, fragrance, seeds, shelter, lamps. Now when you give clothes, Buddha preaches it's like you give beauty for others. So when you offer clothes, what's the result you get? You will have a good body figure, a beautiful figure. And then when you give vehicles, it's considered as you give comfort to others, and then you get comfort in return. So when you offer food, drinks, shelter, clothing, like when you offer shelter, when you give shelter to others, Buddha has said it's considered as you have given everything when you give shelter, when you provide shelter. So then you won't become poor. When you provide shelter, flowers, vehicles, clothing, drinks, food, shelter, seeds, especially seeds, you will not become poor. You'll become rich. When you don't do these things, you'll become poor. Now see, there was a person who offered a seat to a monk, a chair to a monk. Once that person was born among divine worlds, born among divine beings, he had the ability to travel at the speed of his mind. He got a divinely chair And that chair is his vehicle. And that vehicle moves according to his mind, according to the speed of his mind. If you think of a place, he will move to that place. Imagine the merit that people get. So we, after offering a chair, after offering shelter, food, we should not expect these kind of ordinary happiness. We should expect, may we have a happy mind, may we have a purified mind, may we be able to realize the Four Noble Truths by all this merit. That should be our hope, children, after doing a good deed. Then, why some people are born in low class families? Oh, that's because they are stubborn, very proud, doesn't worship those who are worthy of worshipping, doesn't rise up, doesn't offer a seat to those who are worthy of giving a seat to, doesn't make a way for ones who worth providing a way. Now, if an adult is coming on your way, give way, don't pass by. Wait until they cross you. Especially children, when your parents come back after work, the moment they enter your house, if you are seated, please stand up and then sit, children. If your parents are coming to your room, learn to stand up. Don't remain seated when your parents come to your room. So, start to respect your parents first. Because Buddha has said, as the basic sammaditthi, the mundane sammaditthi, believing that there is a special person called a mother, there's a special person called a father. That is the foundation for a person to realize the Four Noble Truths. So, in the morning before you eat your meals, worship the parents and eat, worship the mother and eat. Especially when parents come home, when they come back home and when they leave. And if they come to a place where you are seated, if they are standing, immediately stand, and then they will tell you to sit, then you will sit. Then you can sit. Respect your parents. They are the Brahmas at home. They are the Brahmas at home. They have loving kindness. They have compassion. They will never feel jealous of you. They have equanimity. Where else you can find Brahmas like that? They are the first teachers. They nurtured you. They supported you. Until now, they are supporting you. They will support you in the future as well. They have saved money for you for the future of yours. So if you don't stand and raise from your seats and respect them, I don't know what will happen to you all. What will happen? You will be born in a low-class family. But if you respect your parents, elders, grandparents, monks, Buddhas, then you are born among high-class families. Now see, there are some countries, I don't like to mention the country, they have to bathe the water that is bathed by the high-class people. They are not allowed to bathe in, there are some rivers, in those rivers, there are some particular places these low-born people can bathe. The bathed water they have to wash, they will have to bathe. Go do a search and go ask your parents to find out such places and see. There are some wells, the high class people they bathe, and then the low class people bathe from the drains. The low class people are not allowed to sit on the chairs of these people where high class people sit on. There are countries, this low class, high class, in some countries it's not there. But then from time to time it happens. Now during the Supreme Buddha's time, there were people, there were servants. There were people dedicated to bring flowers to the palace. Then there were people to wash clothes. So all divided. So don't ever hope to be born among low class people. It's a pain for us. No food in time. People won't listen to you. When you are not influential, like when you are jealous of others, you'll become less influential. Then people won't listen to you. Then you will get angry again. Then you will fight with others. You will quarrel with others. See, when you don't fulfill these good qualities, again you will go from dark to dark. You will go from light to dark. Why should we suffer like these children when there is a wonderful Dhamma like this? So the next topic is why some people are unwise, but why some people are wise. The reason some people are unwise is they don't go to ascetics, they don't go to monks and ask what is good and what is bad, and they don't practice that. But what happens? Some people, they go to wise people and ask what is good and bad, and they practice it. And they ask what is harmful, what lead for suffering, what is unharmful, and what lead to happiness, what leads for a long-term happiness, and what is good to practice, what shouldn't be practiced. So some people, they ask these things and they correct themselves. Then by cultivating these good deeds, they will become wise. So the reason to become wise is by going to adults, by going to wise people, associating kalyana mittas, monks, learn Dhamma, and then now we have Dhamma discussions. We let you to send emails to us. We tell you to share your good deeds. We have allowed you to ask questions. Why? To make you wise. To make you wise. So then uh, you will lead a wise life. You won't again decline. So don't become unwise, become wise by asking questions, clarify your doubts, and straighten and correct your views and have right views, develop right views, and may you have the opportunity to practice all these qualities in this Chula Kamma Vibhanga Sutta and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear children, today we are going to practice the impermanence meditation. We should try to recollect and think how impermanent our eyes, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind are. And to understand the impermanence nature, today I thought of explaining in detail how our eyes can be impermanent, how our ears can be impermanent, how the tongue can be impermanent, how the body can be impermanent, how the mind can be impermanent. So this meditation will be played in couple of programs until you get used to the meditation. So we decided to teach you this meditation for you to understand really what this impermanence meditation is, and then to think wisely according to the true nature of your eyes. And then when you learn this impermanence meditation, you will be able to be detached to what you see. You will be able to be detached to what you hear. You will be able to be detached to what you smell. Usually what happens when you see things, when you see beautiful things, we get attracted. Once we get attracted, we need it. Then we will get it. After we get it, we will lose it. Then again, we will feel sad. Then other people also might need to get and grab your belongings. Then you will fight, you will quarrel. So see what happens because of beautiful things, children. But even if you are using beautiful and valuable things, if you can have a detached mind towards those things, you won't fight, quarrel, and accumulate bad karma. What happens when you fight, quarrel, and get attached to things? You will accumulate a bad karma. And then that bad karma will lead you to be born in a bad place. Then again, you will start suffering. Now, see, how did this start? Just by getting attached to something, then you get it, then you survive, and then you struggle to protect it, then you fight, then you quarrel, then you argue to maintain and protect those things, to save those things. Then you accumulate karma, then those karma give results, then again you are reborn in a bad place. Even if you come to human world, you will have these bad habits of fighting with others. Then again you accumulate bad karma. So then that will lead you to go in this sansara continuously, to be born and dead, to be born and dead again and again, and to fight again and again, and to quarrel again and again, and end up in a prison. No peace, no harmony. So when you see unpleasant things, you get opposed, you get angry. So that anger also can be abandoned by practicing the impermanence meditation. Then when you lose your loved ones, you will feel upset. And then delusion, you will not, when you do not know the true nature, the Four Noble Truths, you will live very, uh, you will live with sadness and sorrow and with depression. So why should we live with depression and sadness when there is a way to live happily? So this impermanence meditation, if you practice this impermanence meditation very well, he is considered as a faithful follower of the Supreme Buddha. He will not die without becoming a stream entrant. He would not die without becoming a stream entrant. So practice impermanence meditation every day. Why? You will become a faithful disciple of the Supreme Buddha. a Saddhanusari disciple of the Supreme Buddha. And a Saddhanusari disciple, a Dhammanusari disciple, will not die without becoming a stream entrant. Don't you like that protection? Then let's practice the impermanence meditation. Close your eyes, think wisely, think according to what I say. Now sit in a comfortable posture, children. Sit in a comfortable posture now. Cross your legs. Keep one palm on the other palm and rest it. Now keep your back straight. Keep your head straight. Don't look here and there. Don't press your eyes. Gently close your eyes. Gently close your eyes. Now during the meditation, don't let other thoughts to distract you and take you away from meditation. So listen to me. Now think according to what I say. Now think about your eyes. Think where your eyes are. Now think about your eyes. This eye is impermanent. 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 Why this eye is impermanent? This eye is made out of muscles, made out of four great elements. This eye is subject to change. The eye can get infected at any time. The eye is subjected to diseases. The eye can lose vision anytime. We can get blind anytime. The eye will get old one day. Just like our body gets old, our eye will get old one day. There will be one day you will not be able to open your eyes. When people get old, they can't open their eyes. They cannot see the world anymore. They will not be able to see the world anymore. This eye is impermanent. 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 We can't keep this eye under our control. It's not me. It's not mine. It's not under our control. Then this eye like to see beautiful things. This eye would like to see beautiful things again and again. But remember, whatever we wish to see from these eyes, those forms are not permanent, are impermanent, will change any time, are impermanent, are impermanent. The forms are impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. The form is not me, not mine, not under my control. Understand the true nature of forms. The things we saw in the past are not there today. The things we see in the present will not be seen in the future. So why we should get attached to the things we see? So remember, the eye is impermanent and the forms are also impermanent. Then the eye consciousness, through the eye consciousness we cognize forms. Now dead bodies does not have a consciousness. Now we see the world because of consciousness, we cognize things. So when the eye, form and consciousness works, what happens? The contact take place. The combination of three things, eye, forms, consciousness, the eye contact is formed. Then we will feel things. So we should understand that with the combination of impermanent things, we are feeling things. So those feelings will also be impermanent. Why? We are seeing things from impermanent things. And then we will also feel an impermanent feeling. So why should we get attached or angry or deluded? Same with the ears, children. This ear is also impermanent. This ear is made out of four great elements, made out of muscles. And then this ear is made out of nama rupa. This ear has the ability to feel things. But all these things, even nama rupa is impermanent. Name and form. Then this ear, there are disgusting things inside the ear. So why should we satisfy such a ear by pleasant sounds, by songs? If you have a desire to listen to songs again and again, if your parents don't let you, think, I'm trying to satisfy a ear that is filled with disgusting things. This is made with muscles. This ear has a disgusting nature. This ear is impermanent, children. And this ear is subjected to change. This ear is subject to old, can get infected anytime. Then the things we hear are also impermanent. Then whatever we feel through the ear contact, whatever the feelings, those feelings are also impermanent. So the ear is impermanent, the sounds are impermanent, the ear consciousness is impermanent, the ear contact, ear, sounds, consciousness, the combination of that is ear contact is impermanent, then the feeling we feel through that ear contact is also impermanent. Now let's think about the nose, children. The nose is also impermanent, covered with mucus, covered with dust, covered with phlegm. This nose is impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. Not me, not mine. This nose is not under our control, children. This nose, one day, we will not be able to smell properly. Then the odors that we smell are also impermanent. If there's a good smell, that is for a reason. So we shouldn't get attached to good fragrant and shouldn't get opposed to the bad fragrant both. By end of the day, we will start accumulating kamma, which we should be aware. So the smells are also impermanent. The nose is impermanent. The nose is not me, not mine, not under my control. The smells are impermanent. The smells are not me, not mine, not under my control. Then the consciousness of the nose is impermanent. Then the nose contact is impermanent. Then the feeling that we feel through the contact in the nose is also impermanent. Then why should we get attached? Then the tongue is also impermanent. This tongue that we like to taste various delicious food is made with muscles and it's very impermanent. This tongue, if we don't clean this tongue will smell very bad. This tongue will get rotten one day. Why should we satisfy a tongue like that? When we are unable to satisfy our tongues, when we don't get to eat delicious food every day, we get upset. Why? We don't realize that we are trying to satisfy a tongue that has a disgusting nature. The tongue is impermanent. The tongue is impermanent. Impermanent. The tongue is not me, not mine, not under my control. Even the taste that we taste through the tongue, any good taste is because of a reason. Any food would get rotten after some time. The moment the food gets mixed with saliva, the taste of the food disappears, reduces, decreases. So if the tongue is impermanent, if it is not under our control, if it is not mine, why should we quarrel and fight to eat delicious food? If we get, we can eat, but if we don't get, we should have patience. Then the taste is also impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. The taste is not me, not mine, not under my control. Then the consciousness of the tongue is also impermanent. Then the combination of tongue, consciousness, and the taste, which is the contact, is also impermanent. And then the feeling born because of tongue contact is also impermanent. Temporary is for a short period. Why should we fight and struggle for things that we get to experience for a short period? Why should we get angry with our parents for a taste that we are going to experience for a short period? Why we should become greedy to share our delicious food with others if we eat, if that food that we eat will give a temporary happiness, why should we be reluctant to offer food to others? We shouldn't be reluctant. Why? Even if we eat, it'll be a very temporary happiness. But if you offer something, the happiness will be for a long time. Why? You gain a merit by offering to others. Then this body is like a nest for diseases. A nature of a nest is a lot of birds will lay eggs and live in the nest. In the same way, this body is subject to diseases. This body feels good and bad feelings both. This body will experience hot and cold both. This body is impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. This body is made out of muscles, bones, veins. This body is not me, not mine, not under my control. Children, follow the meditation properly. Then the feelings we feel through the body are also impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. The feelings are not me, not mine, not under my control. This is the truth. Then the body and the feelings that we feel through the body, which you call the tangibles, are also impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. And the consciousness in the body is also impermanent. And the body, consciousness, and the feelings that you feel through the body, that combination is also impermanent. And the feelings that you feel through the body contact is also impermanent. Impermanent, impermanent. It's not under our control. Then this mind. At times this mind is good. At times this mind is overwhelmed with anger, or maybe with jealousy, or maybe with greediness. This mind is always changing. That's why the Buddha said, this mind is impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. When the mind is not overwhelmed with anger, we don't remember that any time we can get angry. So if we know that our mind is impermanent, we will be always be prepared with the Buddha's teachings to deal with this undeveloped mind. This mind is impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. This mind is not me, not mine, not under my control. Then the thoughts in the mind, thoughts will come and go. Sometimes thoughts come to our mind to buy things, to buy toys and various things. Sometimes we forget. Again, when we remember, we need it. When we forget, we don't need it. So even when we remember things at that time, if you can't get things from your parents, if you can forget those thoughts, you won't suffer, children. So remember, thoughts can be handled in our mind. The thoughts in the mind can be handled and can be managed the way we want. So the thoughts arise in the mind are also impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. The thoughts are not me, not mine, not under my control. And this mind will cognize the thoughts with the help of consciousness. And then the mind, consciousness, the thoughts, when those three things come into picture, the contact is formed. Then through that contact, you will feel. If you think good things, you will have good feelings. If you think bad things, you will have bad feelings. If you think things that are neither good, neither bad, you will have a feeling that is neither pleasant, neither unpleasant. So mind is chief. We should always be mindful to be aware of the thoughts in the mind and to have thoughts and to maintain thoughts in a way that we won't get attached but to be detached. So the contact born in the mind are also impermanent. The feelings born through the mind contact are also impermanent. Then, once the feelings are considered as impermanent, we won't crave for things. In this way, learn the impermanence meditation properly and think the impermanence nature truly as it is and be detached to the world and live happily by practicing the impermanence meditation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Now we have come to share the good deeds that children have done from many countries. So some children have sent their good deeds from Australia, from Canada, from America, some from Saudi Arabia, some from Kuwait. So we get good deeds from all parts of the world. So now I'm going to hand over the program to a child to conduct the good deeds.
Namo Buddhaya. I am Dinu Daham from Toronto, Canada, and today I'm here with Devanga.
Namo Buddhaya. I'm Devanga from Toronto, Canada.
You have now come to the Good Deeds session. Today we'll be watching the good deeds done by Kevin Upasaka, Edmini and Diana Upasika, Kyle Upasaka and Kylie Upasika, Sasan and Savi Upasaka, and Subodha Upasaka. Now we will watch a presentation about the Arahant Nun Kisa Gotami created by Kevin, Diana, and Edmini. This presentation was voiced over by Devanga.
The story of Arahant Nun Kisa Gotami. Kisa Gotami was a wife of a wealthy man in Savatthi. After losing her only child, she went to the Supreme Buddha for advice. The Supreme Buddha said to find mustard seeds from a household that has not experienced death. So, Kisa Gotami tried to find mustard seeds from households that had not experienced death. She looked all over Savatthi, but everyone had experienced death. Then, she realized that there was no household free from death. She returned to the Buddha, who comforted her and preached her the truth. She was awakened and entered the first stage of enlightenment. Eventually, she became an Arahant nun. The moral of this situation is that everyone has experienced death, therefore, no one can escape death. The following Dhammapada verse in Pali and English is associated with her story. Yocha vassa satang jive apasang amatang padan ekahang jivitang seyo passato amatang padan. Better it is to live one day experiencing Nibbana than to live 100 years without ever experiencing Nibbana.
We have learned a very valuable lesson from this presentation, that no one can escape death. Many merits to Kevin, Edmini, and Diana for making this phenomenal presentation.
The next meritorious deed was done by Kyle and Kylie from the UK. They made and offered Vartapat for the Supreme Buddha and Maha Angulimala Arahantero. Here's the email they sent. Namo Buddhaya Swami Vansa. Today me and Kylie made 2 hand fans, Vartapat, by using peacock feathers and offered them to our great teacher, Supreme Buddha and Arahant Angulimala. May Swami Vansa rejoice in our merit. Theravada Saranai, Namo Buddhaya, Kyle and Kylie. They also made a spectacular video on how they made these Vartapat.
Namo Buddhaya. I'm going to make a peacock fan for our Supreme Buddha. So what you will need is a round circular paper. So that's the reason why we have some scissors so we could cut it. You need PVA glue or any type of glue that you have. I'm not sure if we're going to put the decorations on. We'll think about that at the end, and then you need the stick so then you can put it under so then they can hold it. And then you need some peacock feathers, and you need see, the peacock eye here is bigger than this peacock eye. So you need to measure it by the peacock eye here, as you can see. So we made some piles. So this goes to the very small section, this goes to the large section, and that's the medium one. Now you will need some PVA glue, and you need to put it on the paper, the round circular paper. Make sure that it's circular, otherwise you can't put it in a circle. So then you can have a helper, and you have to put it all around. You have to dip your hands in, then spread it all around. So Kylie's gonna be doing that for me. Oh yeah, and also if it runs out like what's happening here, you can add some more. Kylie's now done spreading it over all the paper, and also after you spreaded it all over, you should make sure that you wash your hands. And now you take the big one of the peacock feathers, and then you have to put it right in the middle, like this. Then we're going to be doing it continuously, like this. Then you put another one. And then it goes so on. So now I've done the first round of the large ones, of the peacock feathers. Now you get your medium ones. And then what you do is, when you see the peacock eye on the large one, just put it underneath, as you can see what I just did. Then you might need some more glue, and also the peacock feathers are a bit too long, the mediums, so I'm going to cut a bit, and then you can place it again, and cut it for the medium ones and then the small ones. As you can see now, they're shorter, as you can see, now it fits more. See, now we have to do that continuously for a whole round. Now we've done all the rounds, as you can see. Here's the first round, here's the second round, and here's the third round. And so now for this, you still need some glue, and you need the stick now. So you have to carefully turn it over, very carefully, otherwise it might break. Flip it over, then you'll need the glue to stick this the stick on with the PVA glue here. So we'll have to put the PVA glue here and then we'll stick it on. And also we decided to do the decorations. So we're gonna put ribbons on this, and we might put like one of these on here when it's flipped over. Now I've put the PVA glue on the stick that we're using. So now we're going to be like, as you can see, and recommended PVA glue. So we're gonna put it on the stick here, like that. Now leave it for a while to dry and put it on the stick. So like leave it for a while so then it can dry and stick onto the stick. Stick this flower, it's basically this flower, but it's just another one of them, to the fan for the Buddha. Oh yeah, and also you'll need to PVA glue on it, then stick it on and then leave it for a while so it will dry. So now I'm going to decorate it with this gold ribbon because I think it's suitable for the Buddha. So we're going to decorate it like this. Yeah, sometimes it might be a bit fussy just to do the first bit, but then you'll get the hang of it. While it's drying, we're going to put this flower ribbon, but put hot glue on this first. But you don't have to do it with hot glue, you can do it with any glue. Make sure none spills. Now I'm gonna put a little bit of glitter. Now it's dry enough. We had two, and the golden ribbon one was for the Supreme Buddha, and the blue ribbon one was for the Angulimala. By using a fan, you can get rid of sweat. Likewise, if you offer a hand fan to our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, or the Mahasangha, from that merit, you can easily get rid of lust, hatred, and delusion. So now we are going to offer this to our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, and Arahant Angulimala. The merits that we have accumulated, may we all get rid of lust, hatred, and delusion, and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, 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 Namo Buddhaya.
That video was very interesting. Many merits for Kyle and Kylie. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now I'll read an email 12-year-old Sasan from Australia has sent to Swamin Vahansa. Namo Buddhaya, Pinvat Swamin Vahansa. I would like to share the merits that we have collected for the last couple of weeks with Swamin Vahansa. On the Nikini Full Moon Poya Day, we observed the 8 precepts. We learned that the importance of Nikini Poya Day was that Arahant Mahakassapa Thero recollected all of the Supreme Buddha's teachings with the help of Arahant Ananda Thero, and that was the first Sangha Council after the Supreme Buddha's Parinibbana. We did loving kindness meditation. We offered milk rice to the Supreme Buddha. On the 13th of August, we offered healed dana to the Mahasangha at the temple with all the necessary products that the Mahasangha needs in this pandemic. On the 14th of August, we sent groceries and fresh fruit online to our Attama in Sri Lanka. I would like to share all the merits with Pinvat Lokuswamin Vahansa and all the monks and nuns in the Mahamelnava Buddhist monasteries for teaching us the Supreme Dhamma. May they all be well and happy and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Theron Saranai, Sasan and Savi. Sasan and Savi have sent us some pictures of how they spent their Nikini Poya Day. Let us see the pictures. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We rejoice in the merits Sasan and Savi have done. Those were some very beautiful pictures.
Now we will watch an amazing presentation about Mahabhakkula Arahantero created by Subodha from Toronto, Canada.
Bhakkula Maharahatan Vahanse. How Aram Bhakkula is the best in being healthy, Part 1. Aram Bhakkula used to be an ascetic in one of his past lives. One day, the Supreme Buddha Anomadasi suffered from a stomach pain. On hearing this, the ascetic gathered Himawanta medical plants, such as tubers, bulbs, and roots, which could cure the Buddha's stomach pain. He prepared a kind of medicine from the herbs and offered it to the Buddha. How Aram Bhakkula is the best in being healthy, Part 2. The Supreme Buddha Anomadasi was immediately relieved from the stomach pain. After taking the medicine, the ascetic approached the Supreme Buddha Anomadasi and made a wish, saying, "As a result of offering medicine to the Supreme Buddha Anomadasi, may I be free from all diseases in all my future existences, and may not my body contract an illness even for a moment." Becoming a monk, Part 1. As the result of offering medicine to the Buddha, he was reborn repeatedly only in the human world or in the heavenly world. Finally, he was reborn in the human world as the youth named Bhakkula. After enjoying the lay life for 80 years, he was ordained as a bhikkhu in Gautam Buddha's sasana. He practiced the Four Noble Truths, and later on he became an arahant, the one who understood the Four Noble Truths. Becoming a monk, Part 2. After enjoying the lay life for 80 years, he was ordained as a bhikkhu in Gautam Buddha's sasana. Becoming a monk, Part 3. As he was completely free from any disease, then Aram Bhakkula became the best in being free from diseases, because he hadn't even coughed once in his life. Becoming a monk, Part 4. He lived till the age of 160 years and attained parinibbana, the final death. Because his wish was to be free from all diseases was fulfilled, he was proclaimed from the Buddha as free from diseases. Life story of Aram Bhakkula, Part 1. He was born in the family of a counselor of Kosambi, and while being bathed by his nurse in the waters of the Yamuna, he slipped into the river and was swallowed by a big fish. Life story of Aram Bhakkula, Part 2. The fish was caught by a fisher and sold to the wife of a Benares counselor. When the fish was cut open, the child was found unhurt and adored by the counselor's wife as her own son. Life story of Aram Bhakkula, Part 3. On discovering his story, she asked permission of his parents to keep him, but the parents didn't want that. The king decided that the two families should share him. Therefore, his name Bhakkula, meaning two families, and shortly before his death, he ordained his friend in his lay days, Achela Kassapa. Let's worship the Bhakkula Maharatan Vahanse. Teruvan Saranai Namo Buddhaya.
Many merits to Subodha for creating this marvelous presentation. We rejoice in your merits. Today we watch many good deeds done by children all over the world. May you also have the opportunity to send your good deeds to the email address. These meritorious deeds help us to propagate the Dhamma and help others to do meritorious deeds as well. We rejoice in your merits. The whole world rejoices in your merits.
May all of us have the opportunity to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Teruvan Saranai, Namo Buddhaya.
Nama Buddhaya. So, we watched many good deeds today, and may all of us have the opportunity to develop good deeds, cultivate good deeds, and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Children, if you do good deeds, please write to us. Think of various other ways to promote good deeds to the whole world. So you can teach many good things by videos. So let us share the good deeds with other children and to teach them how to do good deeds and learn good deeds. So once again, I kindly invite you and request you to send your good deeds to our email address to share them with other children. Namo Buddhaya. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Now we have to share merit with a group of people who have sponsored for this program. It was sponsored by a group of people. And first of all, let's share merit with all the Devas. May all the Devas rejoice in this merit. May all the Devas help us to practice this path of Dhamma. May all the Devas help us to develop good qualities. And may all the Devas help us to develop an unshakable confidence in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. And may Devas rejoice in this merit, and may they also develop an unshakable confidence towards the Buddha Dhamma Sangha and fulfill this confidence towards the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. And may all the Devas realize the Four Noble Truths fully in Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may all the departed relatives of all of us, and may all the departed relatives of all the people who have sponsored for this program, who have donated money to broadcast this program to the whole world, may all their departed relatives, and especially the two kids who are conducting this program, who's helping to conduct this program, Dinuputa and Devanga daughter, and also Kyle Puta for organizing these things, then Sasan Puta, Subodha Puta, and Devindu Puta, and Arjuna Puta, and many kids who is doing work behind the scene, and who's working at home behind the camera, doing so much work to make this program successful. So may all their departed relatives rejoice in this merit. May all the departed relatives of all of us rejoice in this wonderful merit, propagating Dhamma in a language that a lot of people can understand. And may all the departed relatives rejoice in this merit, and may they be well and happy, have happiness, and escape from suffering as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may our teacher, Lokaswamin Vahansa, and all the monks and nuns of Mahamina Buddhist monasteries and all over the world rejoice in this wonderful merit, this amazing merit of teaching the Buddha's teachings. And may all the monks and nuns of Mahamina Buddhist monasteries and all over the world have long life, well-being, happiness, and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may everyone who donated for this program, who sponsored for this program, be well and happy. And these names are the names of the people who contributed, their children. The parents, the children's names: Dinugi Panditaratna, Danuja Panditaratna, Senul Panditaratna, Tautisa Madhuagoda, Isidi Madhuagoda, Anutat Madhuagoda, Temia Suryarachi, Tejana Suryarachi, Savija, Senuja, Inuki, Vinuli, Diniti, and Piyumi. So they are all the kids of the parents who have sponsored for this program. These kids are so fortunate and blessed by their parents. So may all these children and may all the parents who have donated money to sponsor for this program, to broadcast this program through Shraddha TV and also in other platforms. So to make this program successful and to broadcast these programs, a lot of people are involved in this. People to record this program, then assistants to set up the studios, and then transportation to come and to go, and also to edit these sermons, then to upload them, to manage the websites. So I think just for like one program, about 10 people, minimum of 10 to 15 people are involved to final it and to make it for you all to see the program. So minimum of 13 to 14 people are involved in one program. So they all should be taken care. So And then that's why we need donations to broadcast these programs. So, in one way, you are propagating Dhamma, uh, and also in another way, you are gaining merit by propagating Dhamma and helping an organization who teaches the Buddha's teachings, who helps people living far away from Sri Lanka with the Buddha's teachings. So, may all these little sons and daughters, and may everyone who sponsored for this program be well and happy, be well and happy, have happiness, and may all their good thoughts come true, and may all of them realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, next, let us share merit with everyone who make monthly donations to Shraddha TV, and also with all the relatives of the people who donated for this program. May they be well and happy, and may the dedicated people working in Shraddha TV, may they also rejoice in this merit. And may everyone have long life, well-being, and may all of us realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya.